Hey guys, Laser Focus WoW here, and in this video I want to show you how to scale your WoW gold assuming you have a solid base of, let's say, anywhere from 500,000 to 1,000,000 gold. And the reason why I want to make this guide on how to scale is because you can make way more gold once you have that base than just the general X amount of gold per hour. So for me, for example, I can make about 5 million gold a week using this method. And the best part about it is that this method is completely passive. So guess how many hours I actually spent farming that gold? 0. Guess how many minutes I spent? 0. I didn't spend a single second farming this gold. And so in this case, over the past month, I made 20 million plus gold. So over here I have 10 million, in my guild bank I have 10 million. And you guys can do the same. So the coolest thing about this method is that it's completely passive, completely hands-off. As you play the game, as I have been, I've just been playing, doing keys for the past month. You can generate that money if you have a solid base, all right? So if you have 0 gold and you're looking for how to actually make that 500k, this probably isn't the best video for you because I'm not gonna go into too much detail for that. I would suggest farming transmog, farming herbs, you know, mines, mounts, pets, stuff like that, if that's what you wanna do. I will give some suggestions for what I personally did to make my first million, but it should only take you a few hours, honestly, of intense grinding to get 500k. It's not gonna take long, all right? So let me log on my main, let me give you some ideas, and then I'll actually tell you how to scale your WoW gold, how to do what I did to make 20 million plus and counting. So just some ideas. For me personally, one of the things that helped me make my first million gold is selling Mythic Plus keys. So I would say that, hey, selling M plus 15 keys for gold. I am a solo seller, and this allowed me to make more gold because I wasn't selling in a guild. I would just let the person know, hey, I'm gonna get, you know, either friends or I'm gonna pug people that are good, that are high rating, and we can do keys together and we'll time it, or I'll give you your money back. And people usually agree to that, actually, because you can sell it to them for a little bit cheaper. So earlier in the season, when a key costs 200k or maybe 150k for a key, you could sell it for 100k or 125k. So it's a bit of a discount, and if you have a high IO score, people will join your group, right? Because they want to see how much damage you do, they want to see how good you are, and in the process, they help you carry the guy. So that's one way you can do it. If you are more of a beginning player, or you have an alt, or maybe you're not comfortable with keys, then what you guys can do is farm those pets, farm mounts, farm transmogs, farm herbs, you know, mines. This isn't the video for that because I never use any of those methods. I usually like to go big or go home. So definitely check those other videos out. I'm sure you can find some, but it's just basic farming. Now, another thing you can do is join BOE farming groups. So bind on equip item farming groups. I have one right here called Shadowlands BOE Trash. These guys farm very often, a few times a day, sometimes all day. And what they do is they enter a mythic current raid, which is right now Sepulcher or Sepulcher, however you say it. And they just farm trash. They just kill trash over and over and over again. And honestly, that's how I made my first 2 million, because I got super lucky and I got 2 of those BOEs that sold for about 1 million each at the closer to the start of the season. So I got super lucky in that regard. But if you want some variety and you don't want to farm a consistent X amount of gold per hour, you want some variety, you can do that. They also have groups here in the group finder. If you go into raids, Shadowlands, here farm BOE. Oh, okay, so that's a heroic one. Here's a mythic one, right? And right now it's cross server, cross faction. However, earlier in the season, so next season, it's probably not gonna be cross server, right? So just keep an eye out on your own server and see if you'll be able to do it for your own server. Because the group that I joined originally, they were only Storm Rage, because I'm on Storm Rage. So you can do that. So these are some of the ways how you can first make your 500k to 1 million gold, all right? Now, to get to the actual gist of the video, how do you scale your gold? So here's how I did it. Lucky for me, I have this mount, which can help me speed things up a little bit. The idea for me revolved around buying items for cheaper and then reselling them for a profit. So some of the items are these BOEs, of course, the mounts, and Vial of the Sand. So this is one of the mounts, which was really good. I made a lot of gold selling this when I had lower gold, when I had, you know, 300, 400, 500k gold. This is what I made to make some profit. So I would buy these for 40k each. I would find people that are selling either in trade chat, or I would say wanted to buy Vial of Sands. And then people that had it would message me and I would try to buy them for a discount, let's say 40K. So about 10K cheaper than this average price. And then I would just resell it for 50K. So I would make a 10K profit off each one. So if I bought 20 for the week, I would make a 200K profit. That simple, without doing anything. Just, I would put it on the auction house. Most of my sales came from the auction house, which means I would make money while I'm away, or while I'm doing a raid or Mythic Plus or whatever. Or when I'm in trade chat, just waiting for something to happen, I would just sell it in trade. I would say, want to sell Vial of Sands, 50K, whatever. So that's one way you can do it. Now, the biggest profit, actually, the way how I made 20 million this month is actually by selling these big BOE items. So, for example, the Hood of Empty Eternities, right? So what I would do when I first started is either A, I would message in the community. I would say, hey guys, if anybody got your items and you guys want to make a quick buck, like, I'm here to buy it. You can say that in the community, or while you're in the run itself, if you see somebody get the item, just message them right away and say, hey, like, I'll buy that item from you for XXX, right? So that's one way to do it. Now, the other way you can do it is if you're starting out. This is what actually I did. This is what I did when I started. I would look at the names of the players selling the specific items. So this leather hood is pretty popular. I've been observing it for the past month. And so what I would do is I would type in /friend assassin swu, right? So that's his name. I would type that in. I would click enter. And then he was added to my friends. So then what I would do is I would scroll down to his name. I would click set note. And I would say selling hood on auction house. Let's say selling leather hood on auction house. Or you could say, you can give the name if you're more of a beginner and you're not sure. So hood of, I think it's, sorry, empty eternities. And you could say 280K, because that's, I think, roughly what he's selling it for, right? It's 280K. And so then you're gonna have this note next to his name, or her name. And this hood, yeah, it's about 280K. So when they come online, you can message them, hey, what's the lowest you can take for this hood? What if I give you 150K? Will you take it? I'll give you the money right now. Or what if I give you 200K? Will you take it? And then what you do is then you sell it for a little bit more. You sell it for 250K, or you sell it for 275K. And that's just how you profit. And when you buy these enough times, the money's gonna really add up. You don't have to farm herbs anymore for 100K an hour. You can just do this, putting stuff on the auction house, selling and making gold while you are busy doing something else, in-game or out of game. And that's how you would make gold fast, right? So then you could do it for that item. You can go to another one. I believe this leather item is popular. You can add this person, Campin. Now, sometimes if you add them, so if you say, friend, I know this guy, Campin, it says player not found. That's because he's on the other faction. So I'm on Alliance, so this person is on Horde right now. So you can try, let's try this one. Let's try friend Boinger. Player not found. Okay, so this is Horde. Let's try Phoenix. Friend Phoenix. Player not found. Also Horde. Okay, let's try Zandrina. Friend Zandrina. Player not found. Okay, so just getting some bad luck. I added a ton of people when I was doing this. But let me see if I can get one more. Like, let's try this one. Friend Baffy Bat. Okay, there you go. And Baffy Bat has come online, right? So you can just message them and say, hey, what's the lowest that you're gonna take for this, right? Cartel's the centerist, so cap. So he's here. So you can come in. You can add a note, assuming they're offline. Cartels. Male boots. He's selling it. I don't remember again. I think it's 250K, something like that. How much were the boots for? 200K actually, right? So you would go in here, say 200, and then you would message, say, hey, will you take 100K for him? Right? And then if a person is tired of selling, or they want instant gold, or they're not, or they're just afraid that the prices might plummet, because they might, you can just buy it and then resell it, right? Resell it for 150K, 175K, put it on the auction house, and that's how you make the gold. You can do it with these items. You can do it with mounts as well. Mounts are big, so if you go into miscellaneous, you go into mounts. I used to do this with my trading card game mounts back in BFA until I lost all my gold to a stupid mistake. Let me know in the comments if you want to know what that mistake was. It was quite sad. Lost about 10 million, 15 million gold. But yeah, so you can also buy these items. That's once you have even more gold, and then you can resell it. Now, a few considerations here to keep in mind. One is if you see a mount for example, 8 million, it's risky if you buy this for 8 million and then try to sell it for 9 million, right? Because there's only one item up. So you don't know what the price of this is. You don't know. So what I like to do is I like to observe things and keep an eye out on them. Or if you have an add-on like TSM or something, I forgot the name, you can look at the historical price of the item. And then if the price is lower than that average, then you can buy it and then resell it for higher. So these items like Woolly White Rhino, I've seen it at this price for a long time and it hasn't sold. So this probably isn't something I would buy for this price. If it was for 1 million, I would buy it for 1 million and then I would resell it for 2, right? I would do that. But that's basically what you would do. You would keep an eye out. Again, doesn't have to be BOEs. That's what I did to make quick gold. But it doesn't have to be that. Because for me, over time, as you do this, as you keep adding more and more people, you're going to eventually make those friends that are going to keep farming and that are going to keep messaging you once they get more items. So at this point, I have some contacts that I can message and buy from in bulk. So once you make gold from this buying and reselling, you will have more and more, and then you can buy more. So instead of buying 1 of these, you can buy 10 of these for an even greater discount. And these are some of the contacts that I have that you will get as well, that you can buy from in bulk. So point is, the more gold you have, the more you will make. Simple as that, same as in everyday real life as well. Now, the add-on that I personally use is I use this one called Auctionator, and I only use it for one reason only. It's super useful for that reason though. Let's suppose I put up this item for 1,000 gold. All right, so now I have this item on here. So these are all the items that are sold and this one's mine, okay? Now the reason why I use it is instead of going into each item and saying, oh, did anybody underbid me or did anybody undercut me, right? That means that their item will show up first. And so if somebody goes on the auction house to buy the item, they're gonna buy that other person's first before yours. So I use this add-on to help me speed up the process. What I do is once I have like 10 items up, I'm gonna click on this one button, undercut scan, and it's gonna scan and tell me if, and it just automatically removed it. Okay, that shouldn't have happened. Let's try it again real quick. Must have been some mistake. So I'm gonna click undercut scan, and it's up for 1,000 gold now, but somebody's undercut me, right? So that means somebody has an item. Sorry about that. It seems to be bugging out. I don't know why. I'm not actually clicking on it. It just seems to be some sort of bug. Let me put another one on there. So basically the idea is once you click undercut, it's gonna show you all your items, and then you don't have to go in and to buy and like click on the item and see, oh, did anybody put their item above mine? You just look at all your items, click on undercut scan, and it's gonna tell you yes or no. If it's a no, you leave the item as is. The first person who wants to buy your item, they will buy yours first. If it says yes, you wanna click on cancel undercut, and if you have many items, you just keep clicking on it, click, 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 and it's gonna cancel all those items for you automatically. Like I said, just super convenient. You can go in here then, you can pick those up, and then you can put them up again, just like that. Right, so that's why this add-on helps me. Auctionator, it has this canceling tab, super useful for doing stuff like this. And then you would just sell it on the auction house while you do your other stuff in-game or out of game. And you can also spam trade chat. Well, not spam trade chat, but you could say occasionally every 5-10 minutes, want to sell, blah, 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 right? While you're waiting for a group or whatever. So totally passive income. You're not actually doing anything that you wouldn't do anyway, such as waiting for a group, for example, and you're just talking and trade. I know some people have like, I think it's called TSM add-on or something, where they do just this, but they do it for smaller scale items and they just sit on the auction house all day, kind of seeing what items are there for cheaper, and then they buy them, they resell them. This is basically the same thing as that, except it's less involved. You don't need to be an expert at TSM. You just literally look at the higher value items, you keep an eye on the prices, you buy them for 100 to 200k less, and then you resell them. Again, same with mounts, same with BOEs, but that's how you really scale your gold. You put in zero effort into actually farming it, and that's how I myself have made over 20 million gold, in this case 21, 22 million so far this month, just by playing the game. I've been doing keys, and I've had these items on the auction house. 95% of the sales came from the auction house. So that's what I wanted to show you in this video. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you thought, if this was helpful. And don't forget to leave like and subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. I'm gonna try to make more videos like this. I have been involved with my other alts, my monk and my rogue, Been trying those out, but keep coming back to the DH because the double jump is just too damn good. Every other class seems too slow. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to upload more keys and stuff like that for you guys to see, but that's the idea. So that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.